Hello everyone, welcome back to MalStorm Gaming. My name is Malachi Gardner, and today I'm going to be unboxing Adventure Tactics Domianne's Tower. So I have the core box here, and then the Hero Pack number 1 I'm going to be looking at. And this is the second edition that has recently come out. There's some errata and a couple of component upgrades, I believe, that should be worked into this box. So, this is a game by Nicholas Yu, published by Letterman Games. So let's go ahead and take a look at the back of this heavy box here. So, looks like we have 10 miniatures, 2 boxes, over 800 cards, dozens of standees, board game pieces, dice, and tokens. So, we have text here. So, sharpen your swords, ready your spells, gather your allies. The ruthless Queen Domianne rules the kingdom of Stelia with an iron fist, but an ancient prophecy has emerged which threatens her reign. The adventure starts in your humble village and eventually leads to the seat of Domianne's power. The peerless and ancient Tower of Greylock. Adventure Tactics Domianne's Tower is an encounter-based, campaign-driven, cooperative tactical combat game. Begin your journey as one of 5 basic classes and battle your way through a branching campaign where you choose your own path and attempt to overthrow the evil Queen Domianne. With each encounter, you'll level up and unlock over 15 elite classes, adding new actions, equipment, and abilities. Will your team find the right combination of classes and powers in time to stop Queen Domianne? Let the adventure begin. So it's a choose-your-own-adventure GM-less campaign with over 20 character classes with free-formed leveling, and it does have the Dice Tower Seal of Excellence. I've heard a lot of great things about this game, and the leveling system looks fantastic, so I'm very excited to check it out. So let's go ahead and open this box up. Alright, so the shrink wrap is off. Let's go ahead and lift up the box lid. So first off, we're met with the rulebook, which is a really nice finish on that. Looks like we have 24 pages, including some of the, some sort of reference sheet here. So, you know, it shouldn't be too terribly difficult to read that. So we have a campaign guide here, which has 67 pages, and this contains some backgrounds, and then some of the scenarios and stuff. And one thing that's cool is that the enemy stats are in the book there, so you don't have to have all these extra cards, and from scenario to scenario you can, you know, change out what the enemy's abilities are. So don't want to look at that too much for spoiler reasons. We have our sheets here, our boards, which I thought I just broke it for a second, but no, that is punch board. So these will come out and will be slots for cards. So that punches out very easily. And we have this nice dual layer board. I know the first edition has had some issues of warping. So these don't seem to be warped at all, seem to be very flat there and nice. Will then stay like that, but these seem very nice. So we have all 5 of our boards here. Very cool. We have a class guide with our starter classes and kind of, you know, telling you what they do. So the fighter here is a melee tank with self-healing, damage mitigation, high hit points, whereas the wizard is a range damage, tricking movement, increased hand size with area attack. So then, you know, as you get into the more advanced classes, we have some cool stuff here. But the really interesting thing with the game is that you start out with your 5 basic classes. So the fighter, the wizard, the cleric, the rogue, and the archer, but then you have some cool elite classes that will require different things. For example, the assassin requires you have to be a level 2 rogue. And the bishop, you have to be a level 2 cleric to become a bishop. But some really interesting classes like the champion here, which requires you have to be a level 1 fighter, level 1 rogue, 1 cleric, 1 wizard, and 1 archer. So you have to be, you know, very spread out in order to do that, whereas the beast trainer, you have to be a level 1 fighter and a level 2 archer. So each of the different classes will require different things, different combinations of classes here. So you have to be level 1 rogue, 1 wizard, and level 1 archer to become a ninja. So this is a really cool thing where you can, you know, every scenario or so you'll be leveling up, and you can choose to, you know, stick with your base class. So if you want to become a really good fighter, you can do that, or you can branch out and really become, you know, a jack of all trades and get one of the elite classes or whatever different options are there. So next up we have a bunch of tiles here, which have some punch boards here. So we have some of our classes you can be for standees. So it looks like some monsters there, and then some terrain and hit points and such. So, punch one of these out. Seems to be fine quality, not the greatest cardboard quality I've ever seen, but it's fine and it punches out fairly easily, and overall looks pretty nice. So I'll do that, and then we have some of the boards here, which again, heard some things about these being warped in the first edition, but they appear to have fixed that in the second edition. These seem to be quite flat. So these look nice, indeed. Okay, then we have these initiative chips, which, at the beginning of each round, you will randomly determine the turn order using these chips here. So let's go ahead and open these up. So these are nice weighted poker chips for the initiative tracker. So you have enemy, and then the different characters will all go on their different initiative orders. So these feel really nice. Okay, so we have some character tuck boxes, which is a really nice way of saving your character from game to game. I really appreciate campaign games when they have this sort of tuck box where you can save all of your cards instead of having to sort out all the cards to build out your character to how it was at the end of whenever you try to start a new session. Also appreciate whenever games give us a bunch of bags. It's always nice instead of having to supply my own. We have a good number of dice here. So looks like we have 4 different varieties with different symbols on them. They each appear to have one symbol. So my guess is that that's a way of differentiating the dice, for colorblind people. So, the red, all of them are kind of shield-like symbols. The blue, they're all swords. Lightning bolts for the black. So, seems pretty interesting. Ooh, this is neat. You got couple faces with ones, 2 faces with ones, a face with 2, and then you have 3 faces where you get 6. You get 6 faces. So that's looking like a cool die there. So that's cool. Some extra dice. And then we have a directional die. So south, southeast, west. So I think for monster movements, what that uses for. Some stands here for all the standees. Let's go ahead and test one of these out. I think these will probably end up leaving a mark on your pawns. So slide in there, and then when you do take them out, you do leave a bit of a mark there. So not the best design, but also not the worst design that I've seen. Kind of see there, it's not a huge, I actually don't even see, you can see it on the camera. It's not like a terrible mark. So yeah, they seem pretty good. Definitely easy to slide those in and out. We have some, I believe, cubes, probably used for health tracking is my guess. Some nice dividers, which these feel like nice quality. It's like boss decks, action cards, basic moves, basic attacks, classes, level ups, all sorts of different card types. So you have ways of organizing this. And then we have a couple of minis here. So in transit, they all got jumbled up here, but it doesn't appear that any of them are broken. So we have our archer character here. Looks like imagine that's our fighter. Then I'm guessing this is the wizard there, and the rogue. So these seem to be fine minis. Yeah, look pretty, fairly detailed. This whole game does have a fairly cartoon-ish type vibe. So it's kind of cool. And nice wolf here. I think for the Beastmaster class. Some sort of imp or something like that. And then we have 3 skeletons for like the Necromancer type class there. So seem to be fine minis there. Clearly, they will get jostled about if you ship the game. So have to make sure. Try to see if they can stay in there, but they look nice enough. Okay. So it does appear that there's 2 slots for other things. I wonder if it's actually slots for the minis from the hero pack. That's actually my guess. Maybe? Okay, then we have a ton of cards. So 800 cards or so. Obviously not going to take the time to look through all of these, but you have our passive cards, your monster cards. So let's take a look at this pack here. It looks like it has a variety of different cards here. Card quality is quite good, actually. It has a nice linen finish, some nice heft to them. So yeah, it feels pretty nice. So we have your monsters. So let's take a look at one of these guys. This is the 2 princes. So all of their different movements there. Seems to be a lot of text on these cards here. So we'll have to see how easy it is to run them. Imagine it's not too complicated. Alright. And then we have some cool looking monsters. And then we have the classes here. So this is a level 1 fighter, which is a starter class. Looks like it's the same on both sides. So it tells you how all that works. But then you have your level 1 fighters. That's not a starter. So if this is like your first class, is your fighter, then you take this one. But if you level up once in a fighter, it'll be this one, which is a little bit different. So this one gives you a base health, whereas this gives you a modifier to your health. And then this tells you what cards go in your starting deck. So it looks like we have 4 level 1s. So this goes up to 5 characters. So in theory, actually, you have this one. So yeah, including the starter, you have 5. So everyone could be a fighter. Level 1, but then for level 2, you only have 2. Same, level 3 only has 1. Same thing with 4 and 5. So everyone can be a level 1 fighter, but then for the other ones, it gets more specific, which shouldn't be a problem, I imagine, because everyone will be branching out the higher levels you go up. So wizard, archer, so seem to be your starting classes. So a lot of stuff there for those classes. And the insert, I'll have to see how it is after I punch everything out and try to put it all back, but seems pretty simple enough and should be able to hold everything. So let's take a look at maybe one of these, one more that has some more action type cards, so we can see what you're going to be playing throughout the game, because this is a card-driven combat system. All right, so we have some basic moves. So just make a basic move. These are cards that everyone's going to have, so you have, of course, a lot of them. And then the other side there, we got our basic attack cards. Nice art on the back there. Okay, so all right, so we have the Ooze Potion accessory. While equipped, +1 movement, and then whatever that symbol is, to heal 2 black dice. Healing Potion. Hustle, which is a story perk, and you can make 2 basic moves. Jinx. You got the blue symbol up there, whatever that means. Maybe it's like a reaction or something, but whenever an enemy rolls to deal damage, they must reroll 1 or all of the damage dice your choice. Oh, that's cool. Seems useful. Shake Off. These are some fighter perks. So we got a blue and yellow, or yellow and pink symbol there to heal 1 red, and then a blue and a pink symbol there to, when you are damaged, heal 1 red there. So some neat perks there. There's a wizard one for Arcane Shield. It's got a blue symbol. And when you are damaged, reduce that damage by 1 white die +1. So all sorts of cool things you will be able to get as you level up and such. And I think that's all the cards we're going to look at there. Of course, about over 800 cards, so I don't want to look at too many of those, take up all your time. But let's take a quick look at the hero pack. So believe this has 3 new classes in it, so that's kind of cool because this game is very, focused on multi-classing. All right, so we have 2 new minis. So this is, I think, for the engineer class, and let's see, does fit right there. And this is actually Domianne herself, so this is the boss. So that's cool, having a mini for that instead of the standee that you get in the core game. And then just a couple cards here. Now, let's take a quick look at these. So we have some of these mini cards. So these are rewind. Once per turn, you may reroll any die. This is for the Time Mage. That's awesome. Rerolling dice is always great. The Magic Blade has Weapon Master. Whenever you attack with a weapon, you roll an additional red die there. The Engineer has Sniper. And then we have some other passive type of moves. So the Time Dilation for the Time Mage. Whenever you make a basic move, you may look at the top card of your deck. You may put it back on the top or bottom of your deck. And then let's take a look at the one of the Engineer cards. I haven't looked at any of those yet. The Engineer has a Scoped Sights, so you get +2 basic attack range. Okay, that's neat. So yeah, some cool cards there. And then here we can see what all comes in this pack. If I can open it. Okay, so this is what this comes with. So we have so 2 minis there. So 3 new character classes, 3 new class features, some level up cards, action cards, all these things here. Weapon cards, summon cards, dice abilities, passive abilities, and then some instructions. So simply combine Adventure Tactics Hero Pack 1 with the Adventure Tactics base game to seamlessly add the 3 new character classes, and then all the Adventure Tactics rules for leveling up apply to all of those new classes. So very, simple, just add everything in and some clarification or so with the Magic Blade. Turret Summon, Soul Sword, the Time Mage special cards here, Fireball, Glimpse Ahead. So all just the cards required for the 3 new classes there. So Double Time. You make a basic move with +1 movement, and your turret may move an equal number of spaces. Yeah, cool. So, Focused Fire, make a basic attack. If your turret is in range of your target, it may make a basic attack against it. So, if you're both in range, you can both attack. Old One Man's Garbage, Wrench, and then the actual class cards. So, their basic attack stats there, their range and movement values for all of those. And then their level up cards. So, 1, 2, and then all the way up to 5 for each of the 3 classes. So, very excited to check this out. Of course, plenty of stuff we did not look at here today. So I'll go ahead and sort all this out, and it looks like it is a lot of fun. So very excited for that. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I try to keep it a little bit briefer there. So, hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully it was helpful to you, and hopefully I will have some more coverage of this game once I learn to play it, and we'll have a playthrough up on the channel. If you did enjoy the video, please like it and consider subscribing to MalStorm Gaming to see more content just like this and see me dive into this game more. And until next time, happy gaming!